Hi, everyone, and welcome here to today's webinar. That was not very Swedish of me to call us out as simply the best. Swedes are known for being humble, but I guess maybe that's why I am not living in Sweden any longer. I feel we have a great show for you today. So what we're going to do, we're going to take you through just some really exciting development that we have here at 6Connex, and I want to share that with you here today. And I've been with the company for about 7 years now. My name is Joakim Jönsson, and I'm our Chief Product Officer. And I must say, we have not dropped this much new development into one go into our environment and our platform. So super excited. So I'm just going to start off with sharing a few slides, just to setting the scene. This will not take more than 2 or 3 minutes, but I think that will create a good backdrop to where we're at today. So as many of you know, our platform, it can really be used across a wide range of use cases. Marketing and sales communication, partner communication, but also for internal use cases. And those of you that have seen some of my previous webinars, you know that I often explain our platform as having 3 main layers: a visual layer, an interactive layer, and a data and metrics layer. And what we're bringing out here today is certainly 3 out of the 4 announcements that I'm going to make. It's all about that middle layer, that interactive layer. And we're calling that, as we said at the name of this webinar, the new era of engagement for using Event AI. And it's about creating a more attendee-centric experience for your attendees. And then we can, when we go through those, we can then talk about sort of how does that then impact the value that you're getting from running a virtual event, and what your sponsors can take out of this, and how we can improve that experience, not only for the attendees, but also for you as event organizers and for sponsors. But, and a lot of what we're doing now, it's really and I really like this slide here. For me, it's setting the scene of what to expect of what's coming here. We've had such a whirlwind year last year, and so much change in our industry. And a lot of the discussions now is what's coming next, and what are the things that we learned last year, and what were the requirements of what we want to be able to do. And a big thing that the feedback that we got from last year, I think that there were 3 buckets, you could say. One was sort of how easy is it to use our platform, and we have addressed that a little bit with the development that we did towards the end of last year. Certainly doing it by one of the products that we're announcing here today. And secondly, it was sort of around when can you use our platform, and how does that and where does it fit in the event budget, and then thirdly, how can we make events more engaging? And I think there was a lot of concern last year that could we move physical events into virtual events, and what was that experience? And we know that virtual events are not the same as physical events. But I think what we proved last year is that they're a lot better than people feared. But the question that we keep coming back to is sort of how can we make more engagement, and how can we get people to do more than being passive users of the technology. So here today we will address that with announcing our 3 modules that will run into our platform, and that being AI matchmaking, meeting scheduling, and my agenda. And I will come to those. But before I go to that, I have a really, really exciting announcement. And we're really sort of changing our product family here at 6Connex. And I know this slide, it has a lot of details. You can go onto our website and you'll see it under the product tab. We're now lining up our product family as three products. 6Connex Launch, 6Connex Rise, and 6Connex Soar. Rise and Soar, they are the products that you have got to know with us from over the past year or more. Launch is a completely new product. So with that, I'm really excited to, for today, the first time, show you what is Launch all about. And Launch is a product that is really allow you to be in the driver's seat and create a virtual environment really quickly. So a couple of things from the feedback that we received from last year. It's sort of how quickly can we get up to speed? How can we create a very quick virtual environment and that still has the immersiveness and the look and feel that you've grown accustomed to. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen with you and take you through what that will look like. So 1 second here, and you should now be able to see me. Here we have our new product, 6Connex Launch. So with this, we have for those of you experienced in using our backend, you'll see that this is a completely new way of engaging with our product. You have a simple set of steps down the left that you can follow, and we did a test run here last week, and our CTO Henry managed to set up an event in 3 minutes. So let's see if I can do the same. So I'm going to go ahead here and start to set this up, and we'll see if we can beat Henry. Not that neither of us are competitive. So let's go ahead here. So first, I'm going to call this event Joakim 2, and that's my name of my event. When is this going to happen? I'm going to set it up on London time. It's going to go live. I want it open already, so I'm going to set it up as it opened at 8 o'clock this morning. And then we're going to have that ready until Sunday. Well, and I also want to set up this. That's just my basic information. I come in here, and here I can then choose what kind of size do I want for my event configuration. As you can see, there are certain configuration that are already done for me. I can choose if I want to have any meeting rooms or not. And then very simply, I can look between the different themes. How do I want to set up my event? I'm going to go for trendy today. I submit. Say yes to the terms and conditions, and that's me past that, and I still have a few steps to go, so I'm going to just hit the next button. You'll see the visually on the left here, you'll see exactly where you're at. There's four different sections where I can go in and change information. There's a indication that I have something to do on pages here. You see the red indicator, and that's that I have to fill in this name here. Where's from the terms and conditions? Where should that sit? You see it's all very. We put in some demo text here that you can change. There's descriptions of what you need to do, and I'm just going to go ahead and update that and go over to publish. We have two different ways of publishing as they are described here. I'm going to publish this event to make that live. And there we go. That's also how quickly we created a new event. doesn't look too much yet. So let's go back and let's see what we want to do to improve that registration page. So I want to go back in here, and I can set a new header image in here. I can add some splash images to the front page. I'm going to remove the one that were there and set one up. Let's see here, I have a samples image in here that we can use. I can go further to set some text that we want to say. Maybe we want to say, welcome to our 6Connex product launch. So we want to do that. We want to, maybe on our registration page, also choose some of the information that we want to capture when people come. Let's say that we want to capture the company and the country where they're from. We want to make that required. We want to make it show on the profile card. And with that, I am going to go ahead and again publish my event. That's how quick that is. Do a quick refresh here, and you can see I've now branded this a little bit, made that look nice. I can go ahead and click register here, and I have to put in a password. And I'm going to swap that to the UK. And in very little time, we have everything set up here. You can move around, you can click on the auditorium. You see there are some holding images sitting in there. We can go to the lounge, also some holding image. But effectively what we've done in a couple of minutes, we've set up a virtual event that you can now go ahead and start to market to the audience. You have your registration page set up. Obviously, we wanted to fill in some more information, but everything is set up for this event, ready to go. And the fact that we have can log in here and have all the rooms set up, it makes it really simple to internally go through and show this to different stakeholders and tell them what we're trying to do and get people's involvement, show it to sponsors. And really from the get-go, you have something to show to your stakeholders. Now, I'm going to continue here and add some content. So I'm going to bulk up, load some content here. Let's see, I think I had it. I'm going to put in some images in here that I can use when I brand my environment. So I'll add 4 there. And you see here very quickly they're uploaded, and I can start to use those. I can also upload other content here in the through this, if that could sit in booths and in my auditorium, etc. I can upload a video and some PDF document here, and we'll do that as well. And you'll see it takes a little bit longer to upload my video there, but all uploaded now, and I can use those. I'm going to go ahead and start to brand my rooms in here. So at the moment, I have only one booth here. I want to change the name of that, so I want to call that 6Connex. Welcome, 6Connex. It's all explained what we need to put in and why we need to put that in there. And I'm going to hit the button to customize my virtual room. So you see here, there's a few different images that I can modify. I can let's see here. I want to put my hybrid image because I said I like that so much. I'll define it like that, and I crop that in there. And here I could upload some content, but for now I'm just going to upload an image in there, and we'll put that in there, crop that in. That's how quick it is to set up a booth and make it look the way that you want to look at. You have the information that you want to do. You can add content, and you're adding graphics in here. And for those of you who are experienced with using the setup that we have today with our control panel, you really see how different it is and how quick that is to work with. Going to jump through some of the other rooms just to go ahead and brand these as well. And then we can go out and have a look at them later. So I'm going to do it like that. That's my auditorium. And as you see me doing this here, you realize, if you're familiar with our current system, then this has the new product launch. It has a balance. It has the ability to really quickly set up your virtual environment, but it also hasn't got and you can brand it, make it look the way you want it to look, but it is not has the same level of flexibility as what we now call our Rise and Soar product. So that's how we differentiate. What you're getting with Launch is a product that is really easy to use, but it's not infinitely customizable. Each and every room you can customize it, make it your own, make sure that your branding is coming through, and that you have the welcome message that you want to send to people coming in. But but it hasn't got. You can't really change the backdrop. You can't do some of the things that we can do in our Rise and Soar product. So the three different products there. The Launch product is there for really easy to use. It's very fast to go to market. So we've listened to you and saying, how can we make things simpler? How can we allow you to go to market quicker? And I think that is what we have achieved here with 6Connex Launch. So with that, let's just have a quick refresh and walk through the different rooms, and you will see that I have now branded it, so it has my branding. My event is reflected in here. All my graphics are in here. We very quickly can go and have a look at the 6Connex booth here as well. And as you see, it has the images that I have set up. So this here, we believe, is going to open up a completely new market for virtual environments. Traditionally, if you look at where web conferencing, webcasting, and virtual events has always been something that it takes longer to set up. It takes more logistical effort to get to a finished product. This here is a complete game changer in this, and we're incredibly excited to be able to announce it to you here. Now, I didn't put on a stopwatch and see how long did it take for me to make the first setup, we say that you can do that in a couple of minutes, and then after that you go through the branding exercises that I did here, and with that you can now have an event. So how long have I been going? 10-12 minutes, and we have this event is completely set up. You can of course go back, and if you want to change, you want to put in some more information on the change any look and feel, change the color scheme that your you're using. You can change the text and the welcome page and so forth. You can go back and keep working with your event, keep setting up, adding more booths, or keep branding the rooms. But by and large, you have set up an event in a really, really limited time, can take it out to your stakeholders, show them what the actual virtual event will look like. And we're cutting weeks in terms of the time that it takes to go to market. So super excited about bringing 6Connex launch to market. I'm going to stop with we have a few more products to get through today. I'm just absolutely delighted to be able to show you something that we've worked on a long time here, and really had this vision of next click, 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 a very easy flow to go from zero to a virtual environment, being ready to accept registrations, and at the same time be able to log in and show your stakeholders, and really make that what is sometimes a sort of if it's the first time experience for a sponsor, slightly intangible assets of what is a virtual event, visualize that and make that tangible. And I think with 6Connex launch, we've really achieved out a product that really easy to use, very quick to take to market. Of course, it has balance. If you want your complete flexibility and the same degree of customization that you experience, we will keep our existing products, Rise and Soar. We'll keep those, and those will stay with that level of customization and full control. And then to balance it for clients that want something quick, ready to work within the parameters of the product in terms of the setup. You can have a great immersive virtual event that using great look and feel, brandable, and ready to go in a matter of minutes. So with that, I'm going to stop and talk about the other three products that we call the attendee-centric products here. So with that, I'm going to use two different browsers to just show you some of the functionality here. I'm logged into this 6Connex demo environment here, and you'll see there are three new products down here. We have matchmaking, we have meeting scheduling, and we have my agenda. So just like I said, this was all driven from customer feedback on how can we take virtual events to the next level when it comes to engagement. We want the users to come into a virtual conference and do more than just passively accept what's happening in the keynote area or just watching, but actually participating more. And here you have that. So the matchmaking tool we have, I'm going to just be able to drop between the two different setup here. We're going far beyond what we have seen on the market today. We have for a long time had the ability to go in and network and see who else has logged in here, the ability to search from people from a certain country, or from, in this case, they answer the question, what's your favorite color, but really to network, find people and engage with them. But what we have here is this sort of, this is then similar to if you go to Netflix, or if you go to Amazon and you say, based on your activity, based on your profile, I'm going to recommend this. So our matchmaking tool is exactly that. So here are my top recommendations. I can see who are the people that I am closest to. And here we're really breaking some new ground, because we're looking at people's profile, but we're doing more than that. We're looking at how are people engaging in your virtual conference. So what rooms are they visiting? What content are they getting access to? And with that, we then build a model, an algorithm that will tell us, okay, so who are the people that I should be engaged to? So as you can see here, every user will get the different recommendations. You also can see that most of these matches, they have a gray ring. That means that they're currently not online. One of them is green here, so I'm going to go ahead and engage with this person. So I'm going to go, hi Paul. And over here we see that, hi Joakim, how are you? And immediately we can of course chat like this. We can also start a video chat, and that is using the same functionality that we already have here today, to jump over and join the call. And that's how quickly we're set up. Obviously now I have to go and mute myself, otherwise we'll get the audio running all over the place. But you see how quickly it is to really start a good connection with someone, see who are your recommended matches, and connect with those. These matches will then, as the event progresses, they will recalibrate, because your profile will stay the same, but which rooms you're going to and what content you're consuming and who you're engaging will change over time. And therefore, over time, your matches will also change. So this kind of artificial intelligence or machine learning is groundbreaking, what we're bringing out. I think this will bring a completely new level of engagement, because even same way that Netflix is doing TV, they're suggesting me to watch more video and more videos and more shows, and the longer time I spend there. So it's great to be able to go into what we call event AI, and this is only the first module that we're bringing out using event AI. Later in the year here, we're bringing out also content recommendation. So based on what content you're engaging with and your profile and the rooms you're in, which other content would probably be interesting for you. So it's very similar to what we're doing with our matchmaking. We're going to do with content as well, and we're going to continue to develop both the matchmaking of attendees and the content as we go through the year. So super excited to be bringing this type of sort of artificial intelligence, taking it straight into your virtual conference and making sure that with that, your virtual conference is really engaging. Your attendees will do more than just passively accept that they're there to watch. So stay tuned for more. But this is breaking new ground again, the same way we're doing with 6Connex launch, taking a virtual conference and be able to spin it up that quickly. That's groundbreaking. The ability to really get get good recommendations and get the engagement going between the attendees. That's what you have with matchmaking. Next, I'm going to talk about my agenda and meeting scheduling. And first off, I'm with this person here. I'm a rep in the environment, so I have some configurations to do. So I can decide how do I want to meet people that schedule times with me, and give them a little message. So I might say I am looking forward to talking to you. Please use my Zoom link below to connect at the time of the meeting. And I'm going to Zoom on. So here I'm putting in my personal link, right? So that means that anyone that's booking a meeting with me, they will get those details. So once again, jumping over to Safari, jumping into the meeting scheduling tool. And the meeting scheduling in particular is a request from many of our event organizers who say we really want to look at what are the ways that our attendees can engage more with the sponsors. We want our sponsor to get more out of the conference, to get more value, and a lot of that value sits in the engagement, and they felt they couldn't get enough ways of making that sort of one-to-one connections. Well, this is what we responded with, exactly that. We have had the ability to embed Calendly links, etc. But the feedback was that we need something that's really easy to set up, that's built into the system, that doesn't require any further engagement on accounts or setting up accounts or integrating with people's with different systems. This is sitting natively in our platform, and I can go in here and I'll see Joakim Jönsson. I will schedule some time here, and I'll take 9 a.m. and are you sure you want to book this? Yes, I want to book that. And what I then have, once I've saved that successfully, I can then go ahead and look at the rep. They will see the booking made, and I'm going to go in here to my agenda, and I'll see that the booking was done with Paul Andrews here. I can then, as a rep, say I would like to delete that and cancel that meeting if I don't want to spend time on that. I can also, as a rep, I could say certain hours I'm going to there, certain hours I'm not going to be there. So I could sort of put in and out of office here. Let's say that on the 20th, I'm not going to be there from 8 o'clock in the morning. So let's go from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock, or until 2 o'clock, I'm going to be out. So I'm going to block that time off. And then we see here, I've now blocked this time off. If I jump over again and try to schedule some time on the 20th, you'll see the first available time is 2 o'clock, right? So really easy to see how we can go ahead and schedule that one-to-one meeting with experts. Once again, same as with matchmaking, that we're doing one phase now and then continue to deliver development on this. So in the first instance that we're bringing out now, it's between the reps, so responding to that request from the value for sponsors, being able to come in and get more one-on-one connections. So it's between attendees and booth reps. That's our starting point, and that's what we're bringing out here now. Then later we're going to widen that up and allow people to do one-to-one connections also anywhere in the environment between attendees, etc. But we want to make sure that we heard you loud and clear saying that we need more engagement for our sponsors. We need them to do more things inside of the environment. The last module here is the my agenda. Now, this is down to having worked close with many event organizers over the past year, and saying, well, we want to be able to sort of set the expectations on what are the things that people should be doing at what different time. And this will then result in a personalized agenda and a full agenda. Before I go any further, actually, I'll take a dip into the back end and show you the back end of this. So I'm now in the back end. You see that there are two different agendas, a sales agenda and a service agenda. I can create one more. So let's say that we have a technical track as well. We'll create that. There we go, our technical agenda. I can now assign activities into these, so I can add agenda items here. So what are the things that we want to do? Well, we have a technical keynote. Join our CTO for the technical keynote. When is that going to happen? I think that's going to happen on the 16th at between 12 and 1. Should we make it mandatory or not? So we can indicate that. We can also say what should happen if people click on this. Well, I would like them to go to, I've set this up before, but it should go through to a video. So I'm going to add that. And then I want, and I add this agenda item. So that's our first bit. Maybe then the second is that I want people to go through to the 6Connex booth and chat with our expert there. So I'm going to put that in here. So join the 6Connex booth. Come through and visit the 6Connex booth. And when is that going to happen? That's going to be at, we'll put that at for 30 minutes or 20 minutes. We want people to be doing that. Let's see here. There we go. And the action here is to then go through to the booth here. We'll add that. And our last agenda item is simply lunch. Take time for lunch. And that's going to be for until 2 o'clock. So put that in there. So actions or agenda items here, they can be mandatory or not. They can have an action assigned to them or not. And now I've created my technical agenda. I have my other agendas here. I can also go and assign people to an agenda. I'm just going to look at who this person is here, Paul Andrews. I'm going to assign Paul to the technical track here. And we hit assign there. So now we can, now we see that we can also have a quick look, make sure that he is now assigned the technical agenda. And you can assign people in bulk, and you can look at everyone that has a certain that had been assigned, or let's look at everyone that's assigned to the sales agenda, or let's have a look at everyone that's unassigned at the moment, etc. So lots of different ways to go ahead and assign a lot of people in bulk real quick, and there we go. So let's go over to Safari here. So bringing up my agenda, we can then see that we have these two different elements here. Sorry, my full agenda, and in the full agenda, I see every everything that is assigned in different tracks. I can go to the different tracks and I can say, I see myself assigned to the technical track already, right? So I can go in here and I see that track. I can go over in my agenda and I can see that I'm assigned to these elements. If I want to take away any of these, I still have the right to do that. This is my agenda. I'm in control, right? I can also go over to the full agenda and have a look at maybe I'm interested in some of the service track that's going on, and I'm interested in the service keynote. I'm going to add that to my agenda. So you see how I'm building out exactly what is my conference experience going to be like. You know what I said at the start, we want to drive an attendee-centric virtual conference experience. Here it is. I'm having my agenda. I have a mix between the agenda items, like the service keynote. I also have the meetings that I've set up with different people. This is really about me. No one else has that agenda. That is my agenda. And we, in discussion with clients, we see that this might be something that you want to open up early. So you want to give people access to say, you know what, I want to be able to a week before or 2 weeks before go in, assign, look at what I've been assigned and sign up one-to-one meetings that I want to run with experts. I want to look at the agenda, the tracks that have been assigned to me, and maybe I want to exchange certain tracks and really build the kind of conference experience that I'm after. So my agenda is absolutely key inside of that to make sure that your attendees, they're coming into one virtual conference, but they're getting an attendee-centric experience that's focusing on them. And in my agenda, they build out exactly the kind of agenda that they want to do. And right from here, I can then go in and go to these events. And so this is really sort of my central place where I know that where I can go and visit all the activities that I should be doing and at what time they are. So I think that what we're doing here with these 3 attendee-centric modules, we're really enabling a completely new type of virtual conference experience. You're allowing people to matchmake before the live day, allowing them to book meetings before the live day and really design the kind of event that they want to have. You're changing how they connect with your conference. They will be more invested in your conference because they have created the experience that they want to have themselves, and it's not the same experience for two people. I must say again that to go ahead and launch 4 different modules of this scale in one go, it's something that is a first for 6Connex. We're so happy and really excited to be able to have done that, bringing this. And I like I said, I've been here for 7 years. I've been in this industry for more than 20 years, and I think this is a game changer. I think it's the attendee-centric view of running virtual conferences is something that will change how your attendees are engaging. And when they do that, well, your sponsors are going to be happy because they're going to get a lot of one-to-one sessions, more engagement. So the value that sponsors are getting out of events, if you have sponsor for your event, that's greater. You as an event organizer, regardless of what type of event it is that you're organizing, you're going to see that the users, they are changing. Their behavior is changing, and therefore they are spending more time, and they're spending more quality time, and bits like the matchmaking. For me, it's sort of. I remember going to lots of physical conference, and who do you end up networking with? Well, the person that you just happen to stand next to, because in the coffee queue, you came out of the auditorium and you walked next to someone and you started to talk to that person. At times that was a great conversation, but there were also times when you go, well, I wish I could be more knowing that who I was getting more out of those times to network. And the ability to be able to see who are the people that have your interest. They are accessing the same content. They're accessing the same rooms in the virtual experience. They have a similar profile. That will be a completely new experience. I will now look forward to networking and as an easy way to connect that I did. I can just go ahead and start the chat. Start the video chat if I want to do that, and immediately engage with other people. With that, I'm going to stop sharing for a second and open up for questions. I hope that we've had a lot of questions coming through. I see some of them here on my list. So keep them coming. You see the question box. Just send through questions, and I will make sure that I will get through as many as I can here. So let's see here. I will start. Can the meeting scheduling work with any type of meeting tools? Yes, you saw me putting in a URL there. I put in a Zoom URL. That could be a Teams URL. That could be a WebEx URL, Google Hangout, or any type of meeting tool that you want to use. Of course, there's also, you could put in, let's connect on the chat and start the video chat. So that's a way to connect as well. So any type of meeting is supported there. You can go ahead and choose yourself. There's a question on the wizard, if that is a new default creation tool. That is only available for the new product 6Connex launch. So 6Connex launch is having a different user interface to set it up. It's a self-service tool, so you get access to it. You set up your virtual conference yourself. So a different interface for that versus our previous product, which we now, with the name changes here, Rise and Soar, they are using the platform as it is today. Launch is using is the only product with that new user interface. Those of you that have sat in on some of the roadmap discussion and presentations that we've done, you've seen that we are bringing new UI also to Rise and Soar. So it's not going to, but it's that flow of really quickly be able to set up, and with that balancing sort of maybe having less customized ability to customize, that will be coming later in the year for Rise and Soar, but not in the same way. It won't be sort of a click here, click next, and really everything in 6Connex launch is to give you that flexibility of saying, I want an event in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, and get that set up really quickly. That's sort of the focus on that. So this question on image, when you upload image, do they scale automatically? You need to upload them. I didn't show that there, but there's a little scaling tool in there. You can, if it's a big image, you can move around and choose what image. Yeah, you can also see exactly which size of the image that you need to upload, and then upload that straight away. So there is scaling, but you can choose and crop as well. It's up to you. There's a question on cost on our new tools that we're bringing in. So matchmaking, my agenda, meeting scheduling, they're available to new customers of 6Connex and existing customers at no additional charge. So you can use that functionality at no additional charge. However, specifically when it comes to our event AI modules, at this stage, matchmaking, like I said, there's a content recommendation coming later in the year as well under the event AI family. There's a premium option to get effectively faster turnaround on how often we recalculate and recalibrate the results. But the matchmaking, as I showed it today, that's available at no additional charge. If you want a faster recalculation of the results of the matches, then there is an add-on cost for that. These question on when are these features available. So we're those of you that have signed up for information about our platform updates, you saw that there was some upgrades that happened last weekend. There's some upgrades over the coming weeks here, and then there will be a general announcement when they're available on a broad scale. Reach out to your account manager or your customer success manager if you want to participate in early access to these products, and we can facilitate that as well. A question on matchmaking again. I see that there's a lot of that's struck a chord with you. That's great to see. Matchmaking function, is that available to link delegates to delegates, or is it like meeting schedule where it's only delegates to rep? It's in general that's looking at all the registrants for the event, whether they are reps or whether they are just standard attendees. It's going to look at their profile, it's going to look at their activity, and that's how it's going to recommend matches. If you're assigned an agenda, can you see other agendas? Yes, you can see other agendas. So it's not those of you that are familiar with our role-based access or our entitlement, that's different. This here is the ability to create tracks, one or many, and then assign people to a track, and then they can change them themselves if they want to. So it's not an entitlement or role-based tool, but you can. Even if I'm assigned the sales track, I can add some of the service element and exchange sessions if I felt that was more accurate for what I wanted out of the conference. That's also, there is more work that are going to go into these products. So some of the elements here, like the locking of tracks, etc. We're looking forward to your feedback, and those of you that sign up for the early access program, you can then go ahead and we'll look at sort of how we should prioritize the next steps here. Yes, you can schedule your, there's a question, and can we schedule a demo with your customer success manager? Absolutely. Reach out to your customer success manager or your account manager, and they will be able to get you demos of this. We also have some documentation that we can share with you. There's a question on how can we bulk assign attendees to different tracks based on an upload or any other way. That's also there in our among the things that we're looking to bring out. So yes to that as well. There's a question on what camera am I using. I've had this question in the past. I'll give you a quick show of my setup here. My setup, I use effectively what, I'm not sure whether I can get this to work here. You see that a really big camera, so effectively a DSLR camera with big lights and so forth. So that's why I'm putting some of my colleagues to shame when it comes to the video quality. The problem though is that it shows every line and wrinkle and gray speckles all over. So not always good to have high definition. Let's see. Some other questions here. That one we had asked. In your welcome video, you refer to so a question outside of this, closed captioning and subtitles in over 100 languages. That is through, we have different partners that we can do that. So it's as you know, inside of our environment itself, it comes in 29 different languages. You can do the chat translation, that's built into the platform. And for videos, we have partnerships that both for standard videos and also for webcasts, you can get closed captioning. That is through partnerships. Yes, so there's a question here on, would you recommend custom registration fields to better match attendees with the AI event? Absolutely. We definitely recommend you to think about if you want the most out of matchmaking, how can you make the profile as distinct as possible using custom questions at the at point of registration is a great way of doing that. So there's more questions coming in here. I'm looking at the time and seeing that I'm at the top of the hour. Those of you that sent through a question that I didn't get to go, had time to go through, we will get back to you over email. And as I said, reach out to your customer success manager, reach out to your account manager, and they can also give you answers to questions. I could not be more excited. So thank you very much for taking this hour. This webinar is recording, it's being recorded. You can watch it again or send it to a colleague. Just tell them to come back into the way to do virtual. And I hope after seeing this, you are excited as I am over what are there in the next step. How can we continue to innovate, continue to bring more to our virtual conferences and get them ready for the image that I showed here at the start, the hybrid conference with physical and virtual attendees and how they can connect and how they can engage. These tools are all for that, all ready to create great experience going forward. So thank you very much for taking the time. I look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. If you want to know more about hybrid, there is a webinar already next week. So at that time you won't have to listen to me for the full hour. I'm doing that together with my colleague Lisa Farrell, and you get a better English accent or American accent than my Swinglish for that one. But with that, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day.